Hi, my name is Shannon, and today I'm going to be talking to you about behavior management in the classroom. Now, I've worked in special education for 10 years, about 10 years or so. And so I've seen a lot of things that many people would say that you should do or shouldn't do. Um, I was kind of researching along with my own personal experience. I was doing a little research to see what the general population of special education teachers thought about behavior management. And I wrote down the ones that I use every day or, agree with or use the most and have made my own. So the first one is establishing relationships. Now, any teacher will tell you that establishing relationships with students is one of the most important things that you can do. It might be the most important thing you actually can do. If you don't have relationships with your students and you don't find common ground, it's very difficult to do pretty much anything else, I think, in the classroom. If you don't know what their likes and their dislikes are, you can't kind of customize your lessons or toys or fun things and activities that you do in the classroom. You can, but it just helps. It's a great tool as something that's used as maybe a distraction. So if a student really loves baseball and they're having a difficult time, instead of talking to them about the behavior, I might say something about a baseball, what they like about baseball, or, just any kind of conversation to kind of get their mind off of that and start talking with them. Also, a positive learning environment. You really need to establish an environment where students are feeling safe, are feeling welcome. We're a classroom family. I read a book at the beginning of the year talking about that students spend a lot of time in the classroom, establishing that trust, establishing a place where they enjoy being in the classroom. Speaking about the environment, I have a couple areas in the classroom that are specific for my students. So if I find a student is very tired or really fidgety and really can't control their body, but they're not being unsafe, I'll offer them time in the quiet space with a timer. And it's just a place where, it talks about feelings, what you can do when you want to calm down. But there's a little beanbag and a blanket for students who are just maybe feeling really tired. They didn't sleep well the night before. They take, a 5-minute break with a timer, and I use that to kind of help them reset. In our classroom, we also have a break room, or what they call a safe room in some schools. We have it to keep students safe. But in our room, we have ideas for them to help their bodies get out that energy and frustration that they need. So we have some mindful yoga. And I try to put how I'm feeling, signs and strategies. Like if you're feeling really upset, we can do 5 deep breaths. I have this visual above the door is how they're supposed to sit when they're in here. And when they are in there, they will be sitting across from the door with a nice calm body, with a nice calm voice. And then we do, and there's yoga poses here also. We keep all these things out here. And then we do a social story on how they feel. There's feeling angry here, how to control our bodies. And then we have like ninja moves, balloon breathing. This is another visual of how a calm body will look. And we use those things just to help the student, and we discuss with them steps that they can take instead of when they're feeling so upset that they are not being safe and they end up in the break room. The third tip for behavior management in the classroom is to keep students busy, offer them jobs, encourage them to be helpful. You can see that we have different classroom jobs. There's a line leader, morning message reader, a calendar helper. Sometimes you can see behind me, we have weather. Oh, so sometimes I'll do the weather helper. Besides a classroom job, is just, help out a friend or pass out a paper or that we're going to be doing in the classroom, or just being a teacher helper. Hey, why don't you wash off your desk, and the kids, it makes them feel special. They take pride in doing these little jobs and these little tasks. The fourth thing, tip that I have for behavior management in the classroom is to differentiate not just the academic work, but the strategies that teachers use in order to get those students to be motivated to do the work. If I know a student can handle something better than another student, I might make the task more challenging for the student I know that can handle it, while the other student may still be working towards getting to that level of being able to accomplish that task. You also want to organize your lessons so you're ready to go the day of that lesson and have everything prepared, have everything, making it a fun activity is always helpful. So when I talked about having things ready to go, I also mean things like projects that we're going to do. Now, this is something that we are going to be working on all week. The life cycle of plants. This is a table that I lay everything out on for the next day or two. So I have my whole binder here. We're doing plants and growing this week. And so for tomorrow, we're going to be discussing the parts of a plant. And if we have time, we will be doing plant needs also. If I can't get to this, it'll become the next day's work. But I have everything I need and in order according to lesson in here. So, it has lesson 1, 2, 3, and so on. And that helps me stay organized, and then I'm ready to go for my kids the next day. We also need structure and organization. The students do have a visual schedule, and we use the visual schedule to keep the students on track. They started off having their own folders with a visual schedule, but they were playing with them too much, so we ended up taking some of those folders out of the students' desks. The behavior plan within the classroom is how we use effective discipline strategies. Now, I use the 4 levels where students are going to earn their points in order to have privileges. When they're earning time, playtime on the floor, or just playtime, they can, if they're at a higher level, they will earn playtime on the floor, versus if they're at the first 2 levels, they will be playing at their desks or doing all of their work at their desks. The students are responsible for earning their points or not earning their points. So throughout the day, we have various academics and tasks. They do have the points on their desk, and they have that visual, and they are able to see where they are in relation to how many points they've earned for the day. We do a special reward dollar in our classroom that they can put in what we call their wallets, and they can use that for buying things out of our prize box. On Thursdays, they can purchase one item for $20 out of the prize box, and they just love that. They're very motivated by that. With the movement breaks or with anything really, I like to play with the kids. So I have these cards. I mean, they're movement cards. They're sort of like some of them are yoga poses. Some of them are just things that the kids like to do. We did these for weather and I thought they were so good. I figured I'd keep them, but I'll fan them out and I'll hold them this way. So I'll say, take a card, any card. And the kids love that. So just finding fun ways to play with the students and engage them and in their learning, in their movement, in all aspects of the classroom is so important and so essential. I just find that the best and most effective behavior management plan or behavior management for classroom, especially special ed classrooms, is to just keep it consistent. Know your students, keep what you plan to do consistent. And we use timers in here and presets. If there are changes, I just, will preset a student several times throughout the day or several times before the change is happening, if possible. I also tell them real life is not always able to be planned, things happen, but it's just basically about having your kids come in, having a plan that's structured, having, we have a visual schedule, having some kind of visuals, having the classroom running smoothly because you have certain structures and lessons and everything in place. These are the tools I use in my classroom, and I really hope that some of them or all of them work for you. My best advice I can give you is to just try it. If it doesn't work, make it your own, change it up. I've had to change so many things around this year, and it's okay, it's fine if you're constantly learning and changing yourself or your practice to help your kids. That's what it's all about, is creating an environment and a great learning environment for your students. So if you can do that and have fun and enjoy and just build those relationships and have a great year, have a great day, have a great month, have a great week, then you're already ahead of the game. And just use the strategies as you see fit and as you need them in the classroom. Again, my name is Shannon Agella, and I hope you had a wonderful journey with me through my classroom, learning how I utilize these tips.